Hi, and welcome to our webinar today, which is called PointCab Nebula 2.0 Getting Started. We're really happy that you're joining us today and are interested in our new solution. Before we actually get started, I think introductions are in order. Um, this webinar today will be hosted by two persons actually. So me, of course, my name is Nicole Herber. I'm PointCab's CMO, and I'm also in charge of the business development for PointCab Nebula. So that's why I'm here. And my lovely colleague, Julia. Julia, maybe you want to introduce yourself real quick.
Yes, hi everyone and welcome. My name is Julia Plicke and I work as product manager for PointCab for a couple of years now. So yeah, today I'm excited to show you Nebula 2.0 where I'll be holding a live demo where you can see how it works and what we've been implemented in the past couple of months.
Great, thank you, Julia. As you can see here, we also displayed our email addresses. So if you go out of this webinar and then maybe, I don't know, 3 hours later think, oh, I still have a question, feel free to drop us an email. We will display those email addresses later at the end of the webinar, but just for now, keep that in mind. And then I want to talk a little about what we're actually going to see today here in the webinar. So we split it up kind of into 3 parts. The first part is we'll answer the basic question, what exactly is PointCab Nebula? How does the whole Nebula model or workflow work actually? This part will be presented by me, and then as Julia already said, there will be a live demo which will be done by Julia, where we will show you how to actually get started, how to visualize your first project with a PointCab Nebula, what kind of tools and functions it has. And then at the end, we'll have some time for a little Q&A, where if you have further questions, you can ask us them. And with that out of the way, let's start right with the, I think, most important question why you're here. What is PointCab Nebula? Well, to boil it down into one sentence, really, it's an online point cloud viewer. Maybe a little more specific, what does it actually do? So with PointCab Nebula, you can display 4 different point cloud views. You can display auto photos, pano images, bubble views, and of course your, let's say, regular 3D view of the point cloud. You are also able to take some additional measurements in PointCab Nebula online, so you can measure distances, areas, and also 3D points. On top of that, you can also mark points of interest. So for example, let's say you're scanning an old building and they have historically important windows there. You can mark them in Nebula and then link some documentation, like for example, documents actually, or some further pictures you took of the windows, to share them with whoever has to take a look at the data, which brings us to my next point, and I think the most important point. Of course, you can also share your projects via link. What does that mean? So basically, you can put your projects in Nebula, then do all those measurements, point of interest stuff, and then when you're ready and good to go, and you think, now I want to share this project, you just create a link, send it over to whoever has to look at the data, maybe your customers, shareholders, whatever, and then they can just open the link in their browser and take a look at the whole project, at all your results you created, or at your points of interest, stuff like that. Okay, so that's really fast, the basic overview to PointCab Nebula. It's an online point cloud view, and you can share your project there. But probably you've heard of other solutions that kind of do the same thing really so far right now. So maybe I should dive in a little deeper to give you a better understanding. how it's different from those other solutions, and kind of picked a quite unusual way to do that. I want to tell you what PointCab Nebula is not, to better differentiate things. So PointCab Nebula is not a processing software or platform. What does that mean? It just means that all the results you usually create from your point cloud, or even before that, like for example, registering your point cloud, you don't do this in Nebula. You do it, as you're probably used to, in PointCab Origins. A little spoiler here, in the future, you will also be able to, for example, register your data in any software you like, and then prepare it with the Nebula Creator, which is simple, you see here. So you don't necessarily have to use PointCab Origins. You can also use other software. Why am I telling you this? You're probably an Origins customer and you'll be like, well, I'm using Origins, whatever. I'm just telling you this because I want to emphasize that with this new project or product, PointCab Nebula, we're still keeping on the same path as we were with Origins. So we do not want to lock you into our own system, but we want to open up our solutions for everyone. And this is why we're also doing this in the future. Talking of not locking you in, this wonderfully gets me to the next point I want to make. The next, what is PointCab Nebula not? It's not a hosting platform as well. What does that mean? So normally, or usually, I would say most online point cloud viewers require you to upload your data to the viewing platform, to the platform that hosts the viewer and also then hosts your data. We're taking a different approach. Our approach is you just connect your own cloud to the Nebula viewer or the PointCab Nebula. So what does that mean? It basically means you store your point cloud data wherever you want on your own cloud. As of right now, you can host it on Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, or Nextcloud. Maybe a little info here if you're not familiar with Nextcloud. It's basically an open source tool. You can, that's probably not technically correct, but I'm trying to explain it anyway. So you can put that basically on top of your existing server, or your existing local server, or maybe a server you're renting from a third party, for example, Ionos. And then you put the Nextcloud on top of it, and it gives you a kind of front end you get with Microsoft, or with the same as with Microsoft or with Google Drive. So you can then collaborate, you can then do access rights to your files, you can manage your files, stuff like that. So that's basically what Nextcloud does for you. So if you want to store your data on your own cloud, you could use Nextcloud and then also connect it with PointCab Nebula. So again, we're really, really open. It's an open approach for us. We're saying we do not host your data, we do not store your data. Instead, you can host your data on your own cloud. So what exactly does that imply for the whole Nebula model, let's say? Well, first, of course, this means that you have full control over your data. We don't store it, we don't share it, we're not hosting it, it's still yours. We're just visualizing it. Also, what might be a big advantage is you can keep your data where it's at anyway. So what I'm saying is, I think many of you probably are using some cloud or another already to collaborate within your team. For example, let's say Google Drive, where you already host your other business data. So now you can just put your point cloud data into the same place. You don't have to take your point cloud data and host it here, and then your business data and host it there. You can just, stay in one, let's say, environment. What's also nice about not having to upload your data to PointCab Nebula is, of course, that there are no size restrictions then. What does that mean? So basically, it means we don't care how big your projects are. You can have a project that is 20 gigabytes. You can have a project that is 500 gigabytes. We don't care. There's no restriction in that case, and also no monetary restriction on that case. You don't pay more because, again, it's hosted on your own cloud. And then also, as a little bonus, let's say, we also don't put user restrictions on you. So if you have a PointCab Nebula license, you can basically add as many users as you want. The only restriction is that they, of course, have to have access to the cloud you're using. But apart from that, we do not charge you for any users. We don't care. You're free to add as many users as you like. So hearing that, you probably think, well, that's great, but well, what's the deal then with Nebula? Like, how are you guys then, watching everything? How is it monetized? What's the deal with it? So the deal with it is we have another model. We, as I said, don't go by size or by users. We go by slots and charges. What does that mean? As you can see here on the right-hand side, this is what a slot Nebula looks like. You will see it in just a minute when Julia takes over. But basically, a slot is a placeholder for one project. So you can just drop one project in one slot. And slots are available for a specific period of time. Right now, we are having monthly slots or annual slots. So basically, if you say, I need to visualize a project for a month, you can get a monthly slot. Or if you want to visualize it for and share it, of course, for a longer period of time, it may be smart to get an annual slot. So I hope the slot system is clear now, but still we also have charges. So what is a charge? Basically, it's the number of times you can swap a project within a slot. What does that mean? For example, you get an annual slot, you get it this month in April, so the slot will be active until April next year. And now you upload your project to the slot. Then it will deduct one charge. You're starting with 3. So, and then let's say in August, you decide, I don't want to share this project anymore because frankly, I don't need it anymore. The project is finished. I want to upload and share another project. So you can do this with the same slot. You just have to basically swap the project. Now you put project 2 in it, and then it will deduct another charge from you. So if you think about it, pretty smart idea for you, because you can visualize up to 3 projects a year with one annual slot. So I hope this was clear. If not, we can still answer your questions later. But let's then look at, well, what it's about with the slots. As a special, let's say, special treat for you, we have freemium and premium slots. So a freemium slot is a free annual slot. It's one slot with 3 charges, and the charges are renewed or recharged with the 3 new charges every year. This slot is free, and it will stay free in the future. Then when you say, okay, maybe I want to visualize more projects, you can get optionally another premium slot, and those are monthly or annual. What's the difference between a freemium and premium slot? Not much, actually. The only difference is with the freemium slot, you're just able to create a public share link, which means it's a simple link. Your whole project is shared. That's it. With a premium slot, you can put some restrictions on your share links. For example, you can protect it with a password. You can set an expiration date. And you can also decide only to share partial results of your project. So for example, you have a house with, I don't know, 20 floors, and you only want to share floors 2 to 10, you can restrict it. And then with one link, you can only share floors 2 to 10. And maybe with another link, you just share floors, I don't know, 8 to 6, whatever. And that's basically the whole idea. This is all available with the premium slot, but not with the freemium slot. However, as a special treat, as soon as you buy a premium slot, your freemium slot will be upgraded to a premium slot for the time frame the premium slot is active, which means, again, for example, let's say you start today, you get your freemium slot, and then maybe 3 months later, you decide, I want to buy another slot, maybe I want to buy an annual slot. Then for the period of the time where your premium slot is active, you also get the benefits of the premium slot for the freemium slot. Well, and that's basically it. Maybe we'll do a little summary now. So what have we just learned? Well, PointCab Nebula, online point cloud viewer, but it's connected to your cloud, so you have full control over where you store your data. Also, you have no additional hosting costs because, of course, you just store the data on your cloud. You don't need an extra cloud. You don't need an extra hosting provider. Also, we put no limits on the size of your project or how many users you want to add to your company license. Of course, we support all hardware because Origins supports all hardware. And speaking of Origins, it's a really, really nice and seamless workflow to go from Origins to Nebula. You will see that in just a minute. And last but not least, I think the nicest part about all of that is your freemium slot. So you can start with Nebula right now. You can test it, no risks attached. You do have your freemium slot, and there you go. And from there, you can always decide what you need, how you need it. Well, yeah, and I think that's basically all from my side. So I will say goodbye for now and then give over to Julia, which will just take a second because I have to give her the controls.
All right. So you should be able to see my screen now. Nikki, can you please tell me if, if PointCab software website is open?
Yes, it is. Thank you,
Okay.
Julia.
Perfect. All right. So before diving into what Nebula can do and showing you the whole workflow, I just wanted to give you a heads up regarding the performance for your web browser in order to ensure a smooth performance or smooth workflow with Nebula. So we recommend that you adjust the settings for the graphic cards so that the graphic card with the higher performance is used. You have a step-by-step guide on our website, so that's why you see right now this site in here where everything is explained in detail how you can adjust the graphic card settings for your web browser, as well as the graphic card settings on the specific software related to that graphic card that you're using. So yeah, that was just a heads up before getting started or before starting working with Nebula. As Nikki already mentioned, what PointCab Nebula is not a processing software or a processing cloud solution. So you will need to prepare your Nebula files beforehand. So how you do that? Basically just how you used to work in import, register, create your results in PointCab Origins. Once you have created everything that you would like to share and visualize afterwards on the cloud, it's very easy. So yeah, from this point on, you say, okay, this is the project that I would like to share. It's basically just an extra step. So for doing that, you need to go to Tools, prepare PointCab Nebula files, and here Job Editor will be open. We recommend leaving the settings as they are, because yeah, the default settings are made like that so that they work best for your project. And then you just need to process this, and your Nebula files are going to be prepared. So once everything has been exported, a new folder will be created in here, project name and Nebula, and all of this, this folder, so the whole project structure needs to be uploaded onto your cloud. So here is an example. I have used Google Drive, where I have uploaded a couple of projects. You see the project structure in here. So once everything is uploaded, you can add this into your Nebula. So now let's go to the exciting part, the PointCab Nebula viewer. This is what you're getting when you first open PointCab Nebula. I guess most of you or all of you already received your credentials in order to be able to log in. So basically, yeah, you just need to give in your username and password, sign in. The license is already created for you, so you just need to select it, and then yeah, you're in. Here, what we can see in the first window in here is the freemium slot. What we said that you are going to get from the beginning. As an administrator, you can add more slots, so you can purchase monthly or yearly slots. Here you can or you need to connect to your hosting provider. So in this case, I'll connect Nebula with Google Drive. So I just need to select the account that I want to connect Nebula with, and now I'm in. What else can we do in here? You see here in the right top corner, there's the account manager button. Here you can change your password, which we actually recommend after you're getting your credentials. So yeah, you only have access to that. You can invite more colleagues that are within your company by just giving in the email address in here and then click on send invitation. And you also have you can also adjust the roles of the company members. So as a company admin, you are going to be able to add more slots. As a normal user, this button here will be gone. So they aren't going to be able to purchase any additional slots. All right, so now that we clear that out, how are we getting started? So first, we need to add the project. For that, I'm going to click on Add Project, go to the location where I uploaded my projects, then just click on Prepare and Add Projects, and in a couple of seconds, your project is going to appear under Available Projects. So yeah, we just uploaded or linked our first project with Nebula. By drag and drop, you can assign it to your slot. So here you see that a new button has appeared. That means what this button can do is basically, let's say you assigned or uploaded another project, or I don't know, something is missing. So what you can do is basically to revert the last action, and your charge no charge is going to be booked. Okay, let's try it one more time. So yeah, you see now you still have 3 charges available. This only works for the first 15 minutes. So yeah, if you already if these 15 minutes are passing, you cannot revert this action. All right, so now we assigned the project to the slot, and we can open the project. And I'm going to explain a bit what you see in here. So yeah, the standard top is going to be open automatically. We have here a sidebar with a couple of tools. So if we're clicking on scans and orthophotos, this sidebar is going to open where you can see all of these standard views and sections and layouts available, as well as the scans. So if you're working with terrestrial laser scanners, of course, you're going to have the panoramas as well. So you can see this in the project tree, everything sorted by their type. So standard views, section layouts, and panoramas. Then we have here the measurement tools, which I'm going to show you just a second. And then in the bottom part of the site toolbar, we have here button for project integrity check. So let's say you're going to get an error message if something is missing. You can use the project integrity check to basically, let's say, go through the project structure and see if something is missing. And once this process is done, you're going to get the list with everything that is missing. In this case, nothing is missing. So yeah, we're good to go. Then, yeah, there's an info or about button where you get some information about third-party licenses and so on, and settings. So yeah, just a couple of words about the settings. There are multiple, let's say, groups, general settings, of course, where you can adjust, yeah, how some different elements are being displayed. For example, for 3D points, if you also want to display any of the X, Y, or Z coordinates, yeah, how big the font size should be for text that you are importing or creating. Orthophoto settings, for example, here you can set the standard layer if you always want your orthophotos to be open in color, or use the layout or whichever other sheets are available. Another interesting option is the included scans only. So if you're creating floor plans or sections that do not use or for which you did not select all the scans available in the project, it will only show the scans that were used for the creation of that element. Then there are scan settings as well, where yeah, you can also adjust the standard layer as well as cesium settings. So here, for example, the standard mode, it will you can adjust what you want to open when you switch to 3D. So either the point cloud itself or go directly into the bubble view. All right, so yeah, that's it about settings. And some other tools that you have on the right top corner is the cluster view. So in this case, all the scans are in one cluster, but if you have multiple clusters, you can turn them on or off. So yeah, if I turn them off here, all the panorama positions are going to disappear. But yeah, if you have different clusters, you could turn on and off their visibility. Then there are the map layers or the orthophoto layers. So if you have created the orthophotos with color, for example, you can switch to color. So just to give you an example here, this orthophoto here has also been created with color, and then I can switch between the different available sheets. Then we have settings for adjusting the background color. You can change it to white, for example. In this case, I created the orthophotos with white background, so maybe it would make more sense to have that like that. There's a scan height color legend. So yeah, if you have multiple floors, of course the scan points are going to be colored differently depending on which height they are. Here everything is at the same height, so everything is in red. And then there's the 3D button that allows you to switch from 2D view, or what we call 2D view to 3D. So basically here you can only visualize the standard views, the orthophotos that you created, as well as the panoramas. And when you're opening a panorama, you're going to be open it in in the planner view. So I guess everybody is used to the planner and bubble view as we have them in Origins. Okay, so I was mentioning the measurement tools. So here on the left side, you have all the measurement tools available. You can create distances. So yeah, when you're selecting the tool, the sidebar will open with a hint here. So because we're working on a web browser, we need to press on Control and hold it when we perform measurements. So yeah, once you're done with that, you can let loose the control button. Here you can, for example, add a name for your distance. The color can be adjusted accordingly, and then yeah, you're good to go with the distance. Then there's also the 3D point tool. Same, you need to press on the control button on your keyboard in order to be able to create 3D points. You see that, yeah, once I click on a point, the point cloud will be 3D point will be created. Here on the button, you can also see that you get a message that everything has been changed or uploaded, so everything is now saved in your project. For points the same, you can also change color if you wish. Yeah, this is let's say a global setting for all the measurements that, or for the elements that we can create. Then going further to area, basically, yeah, you can create as many areas as you want. You can adjust their names, adjust their colors, and once you're done, just, yeah, go then further. All right. And last but not least is the point of interest or annotation tool. This works similar to our text tool in Origins. So here, yeah, you can give a point of interest name. You can adjust its color. You can adjust or you can change the icon. So yeah, let's say you have here a measurement that it's not correct and you want to point it out to the person that you're going to be sharing your project with. Of course, you can adjust font and icon size, as well as inserting a link. So you can insert a link to a documentation, for example, or you can just insert a link to a web page that they should open when when clicking on that. So you see now I have this little symbol in here. Once I click on there, it's going to forward me onto that page or onto that link that I inserted. All right. The same you can do in panoramas. So here again, also as a heads up, the panoramas, in order to be able to measure in panoramas, you're going to have to click on download coordinates here. Why did we do that? So you can, so that, yeah, when switching from panel to panel, that that they are loaded faster, so you don't have to wait a lot, because sometimes the images are very big and is going to take a bit more time to download those coordinates. So yeah, once you, let's say, need to take a measurement in one of the panoramas, you just have to click on download coordinates. They are going to be downloaded in there, and now you can also use the measurement tools in here and perform any measurements you need. What I maybe did not mention, but I already used it. So once you open a panorama, you're going to get a mini map in here. So basically it's the standard view, and yeah, the panoramas available, and you can also navigate from panorama to panorama here. So you don't have to go to standard top or to the sidebar to open that specific panorama. You can also use the mini map in here. All right, so yeah, these are the tools that can be used in 2D. Now let's change to 3D. So once you change to 3D, because under settings I had the orbital 3D set up, I'm going to see the point cloud directly. So here also a bit of hints on how to navigate. If you're pressing on the left mouse button, you can basically rotate around the camera position of where you are. If you click on the right mouse button, you can move around, like left, right, and yeah, you can rotate with a left mouse button. For zooming in, the mouse wheel, and then yeah, just adjusting with the mouse buttons. So yeah, here I have the point cloud view. Here, yeah, this is a quite simple and small point cloud. So yeah, what can we do in here? Again, on the left side, we have now some other tools. So in the toolbar, we have the scan positions. So we don't have the orthophotos anymore, but yeah, we can, for example, switch or navigate to a specific scan position. So we can have a look at the point cloud from that. Of course, you can also change the bubble view. I'm going to come back on that later. Then there is the option to create a clipping box. So yeah, you can basically see just a part of your point cloud. The clipping box can be adjusted with a slide bar, or you can add here a specific value. So in this case, I'm going to play a bit around with the translation, a sidebar and slide bar, sorry. And for example, let's say I want to create kind of like a slice, and yeah, now I only see that part of the point cloud. Of course, you can do the same for, let's say, on a section view or something like that. So yeah, as you prefer it to have it. Oops. All right. So yeah, once you don't want to do that or to see just that part, you just have to click on enable or deactivate enable clipping, and you're going to have the whole point cloud again. Then yeah, we have the option to see the point cloud on a world map. So yeah, as you can see right now, my point cloud is somewhere around Inverna, where is actually where our office is located. So let's say that you want to position your point cloud in another location. So I have here the coordinates of Brandenburg Gate, which I guess most of you heard about. So yeah, I'm just going to copy the latitude and longitude in here. And once I have that, I can press on save. So here there's another useful button to reset the camera, which is going to reset the camera to where my point cloud is. So yeah, you see now that my point cloud is more or less where the Brandenburg Gate is. Then yeah, just click on save, and then you're going to save your point cloud position in there. The world map can also be deactivated by clicking on this icon here. Okay, and of course, you also have a couple of settings on how the point cloud is displayed. So for example, you can adjust the point size so that it's being shown that the points are smaller or bigger. You can also change, for example, to reflectivity or colorize it based on elevation. So yeah, you have multiple options in here on how your point cloud should look like. So yeah, these are only visualization settings. All right. So yeah, what else can I do in the 3D view? I can also perform measurements. So I can use this distance tool. It's basically the same as in 2D. Click on you have to press on control and then click on 2 points, and your distance is going to be created in there. You have the same options in here to change colors, the same for 3D points. So yeah, you can create measurements in the 3D point cloud as well. Here, in comparison with the 2D view, you can also create area polygons as well as rectangles. However, the rectangles at the moment are only possible to do in the horizontal plane. So we're working on making it vertical as well. All right, so yeah, these are the measurements that you can create. Also add a link for a point of interest, and then yeah, you have everything in there. Okay, so I also talked about the bubble view, switching to bubble view. So for that, you have to go and click on this icon here, the little man in there, and is going to switch to bubble view. So I'm going to go somewhere inside, and you see in here the panoramas are getting loaded at the beginning. Yeah, it's a low resolution scan or a low resolution image is shown, and then yeah, once the higher resolution has been loaded, you can visualize it at higher resolution. Here, yeah, you can, for example, just switch from bubble view to bubble view. I know that most of you prefer the bubble way of navigating through your project, and as well you can visualize the measurements that you performed or that you did in the planner view. At the moment, no measurements are supported in bubble view, but you can do that in the planner view and visualize them here as well. All right, so yeah, I guess this is it about the 3D view. Last but not least, so now that you performed all those measurements, you added a couple of annotations, maybe some comments of, maybe your colleague or your customer needs to look at. It's time to share your project. So for doing that, you need to go back to 2D, and now you have the share project button here. So yeah, once you press it, you see here that you can share the project. Since this is a freemium slot that I'm working on, I have no options on adding a password or a expiration date, but I can show you how it works once you update to freemium. And also I can only share one or create one sharing link. So you see now that this is deactivated, this is the only link that I can create. So what you have to do is copy the link and send it to the end customer. I'm going to show you how that looks like on the other end. I'm opening an incognito tab so that you see that I don't need to log in or connect to any cloud. So I'm just giving in the link, and the project is going to be open. And basically your customer can see everything that you chose to share with him. In this case, the whole project, because it was not possible to share only partial results. But yeah, everything that you're able to do in Nebula, they are also going to be able to see and do the same things. Okay, so I'm going back now to the opening, or to the first page. So I was telling you that when having a premium slot, you're going to have more options to share your projects. So yeah, let's say that I want to add here an yearly slot. I'm going to choose that, then click on add to basket, go to confirmation. Here you have an order summary, and once you consent to terms and condition, press on buy now, the slot will automatically appear there. You're going to get an email with the order confirmation, and afterwards you're also going to get your invoice. So as Nicole already mentioned, once you bought an extra slot, so a premium slot, your freemium slot is also going to be adjusted to a freemium one. So now if I'm going back into my freemium slot and I'm going to share a project, you see that I have multiple options in here. So share full project, here I can choose exactly which results I want to share. So let's say you only want to share 2 of the results that you created and all scans. So you have a complete control over what you would like to share with your customer. You can also add an expiration date. So let's say in 2 weeks that should expire. And of course, you can also add a password and then again, click on share project and an extra link is going to be created. So yeah, it works the same as with the first one. The link is generated, you have to copy it and send it further. All right, so I guess that's it. I hope that I showed you everything and that yeah, that it's clear enough what Nebula can do and how you can use it. And yeah, looking forward to your questions.
Okay, thank you, Julia. I think that was a great start and a great introduction to Nebula. And so I'm happy to say we already received our first questions, which is really, really nice. So please don't be shy if you have any more questions. Please post them in your question box. But for now, the first question is, are AWS or Azure supported as clouds, I guess? So the answer to that is pretty easy. They are not as of right now, but we are of course working on supporting those 2 clouds as well. Right now we are working on the AWS connection, and of course we're hoping to include Azure soon. Yeah, I hope this answers this question. And then we have another question, which is, can I integrate a project into my website with the public link? Wonderful question. And for this, I think I'm going to share my screen now because I prepared something, a little something in the background. Just a second. Okay, there we go. I hope you are now able to see my screen. And what you see here is actually the PointCab website. So what I did is I created a new website on the PointCab website, and then I just added an HTML code element. How to do that really depends on what you're actually using to build your website. In this case, we're using Elementor, but it should work with any other with any other software, or I don't know how the tool is even called, but with any other tool you use to build your website, a website builder. This should work the same. So basically what I did, I just put in an iframe, and then I put in the public link of a project we're sharing. So in this case, it's the flat project here. And then you're good to go. We can look at it. This is now how it's displayed on the website. And as you can see, I can do the same things as I would when I would have the actual PointCab Nebula open, so you can seamlessly integrate this into your website. But of course, what we did on our website, you can just, like, to make things easier, you can just basically post a link on your website with the button. And then again, now it's logging me in because I am in Nebula right now, but then again, you can share it like this as well. So basically, either way, you're good to go. Then we have another, I think, question or wish list, which is that is great. The tool presents itself very nicely and smooth, but there's a wish list. Please have this 3D viewer embedded in Origins. Works like a charm, no lag. Well, thank you for the compliment. And also on this side, I think we are also working on improving our 3D viewer in Origins as well, aren't we, Julia?
Yes, we are. So stay
So
tuned for the next major release of Origins.
yes, always good to have the product manager here. So yeah, she can explain. Okay, great. Do we maybe have some other questions? I don't see anything right now. Okay. What about pricing? Yes, I anticipated this question as well. Good question. Um, as always, oh, maybe I should switch to English. As always, we're transparent with our pricing, and you can find the pricing in our shop. So as you can see here, it's a really, really great value product. A monthly slot as of right now will cost you 20 euros, an annual slot 150, and of course it gets cheaper percentage-wise the more slots you buy. So you can also get packages with 3 annual slots or 10 annual slots. A little warning here, we release this product as of right now to existing customers, and this is our way also to saying thank you to trying the products, to be the first ones to try the product. So this pricing will increase in the future, but if you, for example, buy an annual slot right now, this annual slot, if you keep renewing it, will stay at the same price. So as I said, this is a way to say thank you to all our existing customers. If you are one of the first who is going to purchase a slot and you keep the slot open, we will guarantee you that although the prices of the slots will probably be higher in the future, the slot you bought for that price will stay at that price. Another question, maybe? So as long as you're thinking about maybe your questions, I will use the time really quick to also walk you a little bit through our website. You're probably just getting started with Nebula, and it's great to have the opportunity to participate in this webinar. But if you're after the webinar, you're getting started and you're like, oh, how exactly was that with the project uploading and stuff like that? We do have tutorials already on our website. You can find them here. So this is just an overview. This is a tutorial for how to prepare your data in Origins. This is how to upload a project or update a project in Nebula. And also we have a site that explains all the little features and tools we have in detail, what they do, how they work. And we also, and I think this is the most valuable resource for a new launch product, we also have FAQs here. So we really thought about it. Whatever question you might have, we probably have answered it here already. Next question I see, does Nebula work with drone data too? I'll give this to Julia.
It does. So yeah, everything is getting prepared in Origin. So all the point cloud formats that you can import are still valid for Nebula. So it does work with terrestrial laser scanning, small band mapping systems, drone data, everything.
As I said before, we're still on our open approach part, which means open to all hardware, open to all software, compatible with everything. As we are with Origins, we want to keep on that path with PointCab Nebula. Okay. I think we'll give it another minute, and we're good in time. We only have 4 minutes left anyway, but maybe another question pops up. If not, just a quick reminder here. These are our email addresses, so you can reach me under marketing@pointcab-software.com, and you can reach Julia at PM, stands for product management, at pointcab-software.com. So if you're not having any questions now, sure, but as I said, maybe 3 hours from now, something will pop into your mind. So then also please feel free to reach out to us if you have any more questions. Also, if you maybe need another demo, you can also just write to Julia, and she can do another demo with you or explain some things more in depth if you need it. Great. I think that went pretty well, and I hope you had as much fun as we did with the webinar today. And we're hoping we're seeing you soon, seeing you use Nebula, loving Nebula. We're excited about your feedback, and we will see you next time again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.